Mobile home of the 21st century. Going down the sidewalk. Yeah, he's pulling it up the sidewalk.
Pick up their students. And I just want to emphasize again, officials are saying that the school is cleared. They are cleared. These students are going to be able to be released to their families. We're zooming in right now where I can see a little bit of a crowd gathered outside in that area, again on the football field. Earlier we saw it looked like most of the students were brought out there to be safely contained in that area. And it looks like they are starting to trickle in, maybe parents going in there to reunite with their students. And as I mentioned, those parents may be asked to stay with their students as the school continues to contain the situation. Right now, we haven't gotten any official word from the Barrow County school system or from the Barrow County Sheriff's Office other than what we learned from our bureau, our Fox Atlanta bureau, when they confirmed with the Sheriff's Office that this was an active shooter a little bit earlier this morning. So very developing details coming in right now. Our crews have been on the way to the scene they've been driving for about an hour now, so they should be making their way to their locations relatively shortly. And at the top of the hour, we hope to have a better update for you on what exactly transpired out here. But very limited details about that. We also have some video, hopefully we'll be able to show you soon, of what appears to be faculty and staff running out of the high school to safety. They came out at one time toward law enforcement that was gathered in the parking lot. We also know hundreds of Appalachia High School students were evacuated to the football field. We're giving you an image of that now. They were all gathered there while police swept through the building. And a lot of this has been developing on social media as well. We've seen a number of parents live streaming what they've gathered on TikTok or other social media sites. I've seen a number of posts coming in on X. We also have received a number of calls and emails to our newsroom with people releasing the information that they have. What we got to our newsroom from you, multiple phone calls and messages about this shooting. And again, we have those aerial images of this incident transpiring right now as well. Just to rehash exactly what we know right now, since this is such a developing situation, Appalachia High School in Winder in Barrow County put on a hard lockdown earlier this morning because of a major incident. Our Fox Atlanta Bureau learned from the Barrow County Sheriff's Office this was an active shooter information. No other details other than that at this time. Our Skyfox cameras captured all these different agencies gathered at the scene to help with the situation, including the Barrow County Sheriff's Office, the Hull County Sheriff's Office, Gwinnett County, state troopers, the GBI, and more. We have been checking in on the Barrow County Sheriff's Office Facebook pages and their other social media accounts. That's where they said they would release more information about what exactly happened. We have not seen an update quite yet. What we do know, though, is that this high school has been cleared. I mentioned that the students were asked to go out to the football field. They were evacuated from the school to be on the football field while police officers cleared the school, made sure that it was safe. They have done that. They've determined that the school is now safe. Those students, though, being released to their families. And students can be picked up either at Appalachia High School, or if you can't get your student yourself, those students will be sent home on the bus. And you might be asked to stay with your student while those buses are running or while they continue to contain the situation. We have also been trying to reach out a little bit more to our local representatives to hear what they have heard as well. I don't know if we're going to be able to bring back Dana Fowle with the latest on that. Hopefully, what we've learned from our elected officials about the situation. Obviously, a lot of this developing at this time. So we're trying to process it all and give you the latest as we learn it out here. Giving you another look here from our Skyfox camera where folks seem to be coming out of the school building. I mentioned that there were cars lined up all around the building.
That's crazy.
Okay, we are going to be able to bring you now a live report from Fox 5's Kevin Stewart. He has made it out there to the scene. He's joined us by phone call with the latest information on what he has seen and gathered so far. Kevin, a very fluid situation, we know.
Yeah, still a lot going on out here. We're not quite at the scene, probably about a mile and a half. Right now, I'm stuck in traffic on 29. I have seen traffic has been backed up for a good mile and a half, I'd say, and we have seen a stream of law enforcement vehicles, some unmarked, sirens blaring off on the side of the road through the median, trying to get to this scene. I'm probably about, like I said, about a mile and a half, probably about just before the turn on Patrick Mill Road, which is 2 turns from the school. Again, as we've been reporting, parents are being encouraged to come pick up their children, as this is no longer an active scene. And I imagine much of this traffic is due to parents coming out and law enforcement still arriving on the scene.
Kevin, you said that you're about 2 miles away and traffic backed up all the way there. I know it's probably difficult to gather exactly who might be on the road or where this is all leading to. You said there's a law enforcement presence, though. Does it look like, I don't know if you can tell or not, that if there are any parents that might be heading in this direction at all either, or if it's just traffic all because of the large presence out there?
I would have to think it's a mixture. If you're looking at paying attention to tags, you do see a lot of Gwinnett County tags, but you also see some Barrow County tags. So it's kind of a mixture. I can tell you the law enforcement vehicles, one was the Department of Public Safety. I did see that clearly. 2 others were unmarked, but one did have a Butts County tag, which is interesting since we're nowhere near Butts County. But we obviously have a very large law enforcement presence headed to the scene.
I imagine, and we have also heard that state investigators are out there, the GBI, as well as Hall County and more. So a large presence all heading that way. And now, in terms of how that traffic is moving, is it stuck? Is it a gridlock, or are things just kind of progressing slowly?
Well, what we're looking at is when you get onto, because I'm getting that much closer, Patrick Mill Road, which is a couple turns from the high school, what the backup is really at that intersection. If you look at them, you can see a better picture now. Once you get on the other side of that intersection, traffic seems to be moving slowly. So that is a pretty clear indication that the bottleneck is people coming across on Patrick.
Almost famous? I already passed that point. I'm past almost famous. I'm legendary. And that's why.
40 million people there log on to the app at least once a month. A new report from the Wall Street Journal found that Gen Z and Gen Alpha are losing the ability to use keyboards. Many students are now used to typing on iPads and smartphones for class assignments instead of a regular keyboard. In 2000, nearly half of high school graduates completed a keyboarding or typing class. 2 decades later, that number dropped to less than 3%. The transition to touchscreens and the rise of AI could make keyboards a thing of the past. LEGO says it's shaking up how the company makes the world-famous connecting bricks. The Danish company is switching from fossil fuels that make up the plastic bricks to renewable resin. The products will come from LEGO suppliers that use bio-waste such as cooking oil or waste fat. LEGO says it will gradually remove oil content from its toys, but the new resin will make production costs rise 70%. That could make the new LEGO sets more expensive, but the company argues it's worth it to provide durable toys for generations to come.
It's very difficult because we have such high standards for our bricks. You know, they have to be safe for kids to play with. They have to be durable. So the bricks that were made 60 years ago can still fit the bricks that we are making today.
LEGO says it's already signed a deal with producers to secure long-term supply of the renewable plastics. As DragonCon takes over downtown Atlanta, TinyCon is taking kids and their families to imaginary worlds inside the Atlanta Children's Museum. That's still ahead on Fox 5 News Edge. Stay with us. We'll be right back.